Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Don't Be Mad podcast. I'm your host, Matthew, and I'm joined here, as always, with my brother.
Jason, what's up, everyone?
And I'm pissed off because I spilled a drink into my carpet, so I'm going to have to clean that up later. It kind of sucks.
It's done with, man. Stop sulking.
No, it's not done with.
You'll never get it back. It's
I
done.
didn't clean it up yet, so it's still something I'm going to have to deal with. Fucking pissed.
Okay.
It's fucking pissed. How are you guys this week? Our beautiful, faithful listeners. The ones that we love so much. The ones who dedicate themselves to us so damn much. You guys are phenomenal, amazing, the best. Bigly, the best.
Bigly, you're Trump now? Making up words?
We have the greatest fans of all time.
Oh, boy. That's gonna count towards the 16 seconds, for Trump or whatever.
Oh yeah, 100%. Anytime he's mentioned, it's part of like the 30 seconds of Trump.
So
that's what it does.
I wonder how everyone's doing today. I wish we had a live
How
audience.
are you doing today, man? How's it been, man?
School's done.
Yeah, man. Bring you guys behind the curtain. On Thursday we went out, man. We had a couple drinks to celebrate the fact that Jason is finally done with school, unless he decides to do graduate studies. And we had a nice, good old drunk time. I still have
a month to decide that if I want to go, because I could go back right after. But
don't go back right. Give yourself at least a year, man.
Or
if you're gonna do it, start back again in the summertime, so it's like one of the quick semesters.
Yeah.
I say give yourself some time. Enjoy your winter, man. You really want to go back to school in the winter when it's cold as shit outside?
I don't mind as long as I get it done. But school's done. We went out to drinks. That was pretty fun, man. Thursday. No one got drunk because we had to go back home. I was just way too tired.
Yeah, well, I had to work in the morning. He had to drive home. Like Jamali, I believe he had work or some shit. I don't know. But we had enough drinks to enjoy ourselves. Some great conversation. Bumped into a few old friends. It was good times, man.
Yeah, it was some good times, and that's really essentially it for my week. I didn't really do too much except cram for these last 2 papers I had to bring in and everything. But that was it.
Now you're free, man.
Yeah, man.
That's all it is.
Yeah, no.
Welcome to the club. Let me do a little clap it up. Let me hold the mic properly. And
oh, Jesus Christ.
Proud of you.
Yeah, okay. I'm used to applause already.
You're used to applause. My ass, fuck. The last time you heard an applause was when you put on a fucking soundboard on your phone.
A what now?
Put a soundboard on your phone.
Boo. But now school's done, starting a new job too, so that's going to be another exciting avenue to go through. And so that's essentially it. I am going to be, in full disclosure, we're going to actually record another episode earlier because I'm going to be in Toronto for a week, so I will not be updating anything during like a couple weeks. Everything, there'll be episodes, so don't worry. It'll be like regular. Nothing's going to change from you guys then, so just enjoy the episodes.
They don't need to hear that shit. Yo, if you get an episode, you get an episode. If you don't, suck it up. Don't email us, but message Jason. I don't give a fuck. I'm very good at the whole ignoring people thing.
All right, so
you want to kick this off with some sports? Since we said last week, we're gonna get a bit sports heavy this time because we haven't talked sports in a while, and I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. My boy Keith Talib snatching another chain off puss-ass Crabtree.
Yeah, I don't know about Aqib Talib. Aqib Talib is gonna get someone's gonna fight him one day and he's gonna regret it.
No, yo, don't even get it twisted, okay? First off, Crabtree started it this time around, all right? It was all Crabtree. He started this shit. He came to the game with his chain taped down and it still got snatched. He went, the play before him and Aqib Talib got into their shit, he punched Chris Harris in the chest. So you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Crabtree didn't come there to play.
Hey, I'm saying if Aqib Talib...
3 minutes into the game, he didn't come there to play. He came to fight.
If Aqib Talib is going to snatch people's chains on the field, I want to see him do it in the streets. Because Aqib Talib reminds me...
if he's going to do it when there's hundreds of cameras looking at him, I think he's going to do it in the street too.
But he's going to do it with
the man shot himself in the leg. He'll shoot you.
He has a whole bunch of teammates.
What do you mean teammates?
Backing him up. He reminds me of...
First things first, and let's get it straight. If you're wearing a chain on the field, it could get grabbed because it's part of the jersey. Same thing with the dreadlocks rule. Your dreads are a part of your jersey.
All right, that's cool.
So if you're wearing your chain, that shit gets snatched. You can't complain about it. It's like losing a towel on the field.
Aqib Talib started throwing punches with his helmet on against Michael Crabtree with his helmet on.
And you know what about that? The only thing I was pissed at Aqib for doing is dodging the punch that Michael Crabtree threw when he had his helmet on. Yo, step into that punch, break his hand.
Yeah, well, that's a punk move though. You don't throw punches with your helmet on, dude's helmet's off.
Yo, I didn't tell him to take his helmet off.
Huh? He grabbed the helmet off.
Yo, who told him to take? Yo, who gives a fuck?
It doesn't matter, man.
Yo, you want to fucking push me out to the sideline after I snatch your chain too? On top of that he's 0 for 2, by the way. Crabtree's 0 for 2, but keeping his chain intact against Aqib Talib. Let's just put that out there.
I'm saying.
Let's just put that out there.
If you want to fight like that, fight normally.
All I'm saying is, don't be trying to start no shit. If you got a chain on, if you're going up against Aqib Talib, you're gonna get that shit snatched one time.
Yeah,
and Crabtree, you're 0 for 2 for keeping your chain intact against a dude that you don't like.
Yeah, Aqib Talib does that.
You're essentially the Young Berg of the NFL, bro.
Aqib Talib would do that, but he won't try that against other people. Like
what other people are trying to fight him on the first 3 minutes of a fucking game?
You pick and choose who you go after.
No. That wasn't a pick and choose. Yo, don't even try to start that shit, Jason. That wasn't a pick and choose.
You pick and choose who you
That was a pick and choose. He lined up against Crabtree, as was his assignment. And what did Crabtree do? The first thing he did, just grab him and starts pushing him. Yo, he's holding, after 5 yards, he's holding him. Then he's bringing him to the sideline. So you know what? All right, you want to do this? Yo, that shiny shit around your neck looking real nice. Let me grab that shit. And that's what he did.
But you're not in the streets. You're playing football.
Yo, don't matter. Huh? Yo, it's part of his jersey. It doesn't matter.
I could say your eyes is part of your helmet, too. So it means I could poke you. I could poke you in your eyes.
Yo, snatch that chain right off his neck. If he wants to act up, you want to act up, run up, get done up. That's how we do it.
If Crabtree had poked him in the eye.
Yo, you run up, you get done up.
If Crabtree had poked him in the eye, would you say, oh, that's not fair? Would you say that's fair?
Yo, if you're coming and you're fighting like that, you're fighting dirty, but that's what you're doing.
That's not dirty.
You still got your chain snatched.
That's not dirty.
Poking people in the eyes isn't dirty?
I could say the same thing for taking someone's chain is dirty.
Yo, it's part of your jersey.
Well, your eyes,
part of your jersey.
Your head.
Yo, if I go to grab you and the shit
your head is part of your helmet.
You get snatched, man. That's what it is.
And your head is part of your helmet. If I grab you by your face and
we're getting into rambles right now. All I'm saying is, yo, you run up, you get done up.
It's not the streets though.
0 for 2.
It's not the streets.
0 for 2. I don't even care that the Raiders won that game because my team is shit. We're going for a better draft pick right now. We all know it. You know what? Let them keep playing garbage. Let us keep losing games. But guess what? If you try to run up on us, you're gonna get done up. One time.
Please.
One time.
He got suspended.
And like I said, the only thing that pissed me off from what Aqib Talib did was not stepping into that punch that Crabtree threw to break his hand. I would have stepped my helmet all up in that shit. Break them hands one time.
So you go, you're fighting, you're saying that's not dirty.
Yo, I'm wearing a helmet and you're swinging at me. You're an idiot.
He's wearing a chain. It has nothing to do. His chain wasn't on the outside of his jersey. It was on the inside of his jersey.
Yo, he taped it down on purpose because he wanted to fight.
Okay, so it's on the inside of his jersey.
Came to fight, bro.
You're making an argument for your player because you like him.
Of course.
Okay, so then
of course, and because Crabtree's a bitch. One time.
But who's the better team?
Who's the better? I don't care what the record is. We're both garbage, bro.
But who's the better team? It doesn't matter who's garbage. The Raiders could actually still make the playoffs. Your team is done. Yo, they're out of it. Out of it.
Mathematically speaking, we can still make the playoffs. That's how fucking garbage our division is.
No, you can't.
Mathematically speaking, yes, we can. That's how garbage our division is right now.
Our division not garbage. Your team is the only garbage team in the division. You guys are 3 games behind my Charger. You said we're gonna be trash.
You're not making the playoffs, though.
You said my Chargers gonna be trash when we're gonna probably win the division.
Chiefs are winning the division. First off,
Chiefs
we all know at this point
Chiefs have one game in their last 5.
And you think that matters?
It does matter because they're trending down.
Teams have skids, but you're not going over the Chiefs.
They're trending down.
Have you played the Chiefs at all this season?
Yeah, we lost to the Chiefs once.
There you go. So they already have the tiebreak on that.
Okay.
So the next time you guys play, let's see what happens.
But they're losing against other teams.
Let's see what happens at the end of the season when that tiebreak comes into play. If they beat you twice and you guys end up with a tied record, you're not making it.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes.
But they're trending down. We're trending up.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
He's mad because I predicted. If you go back to the very first podcast, I gave you the place of all the teams
you can go
finish.
back. I talked mad shit.
I told him his team was going to finish dead last, and he was
I talked that mad shit, and you know what? If it bites me in the butt, it bites me in the butt. I still talk my shit. I don't give a fuck.
That's mad.
I don't give... That's not mad. That's real. I talk my shit, man. I fuck with my teams. Even if I know they're garbage, I fuck with my teams. I don't give a fuck. Tell me something. I don't give a fuck. Because that's what a loyal fan does.
Please, you can't even pick between Oklahoma and the Orlando Magic.
I'm not about to argue about this again because you're the only person with amnesia when it comes to that subject.
Hey, dude, I have one basketball team, and that's the only basketball team I'll ever root for.
And like I said, you're the only person that has amnesia about this whole subject because anytime you've ever brought it up outside of the podcast, everybody tells you the exact same thing.
All right, everyone. He's saying this. I'm going to take the clip right now, and I'm going to insert it into this part. And we're going to see what you said.
No, go ahead. Do it. Beat.
What about your team specifically I'm talking about?
With Oklahoma City Thunder?
No, that's not his team, people. Don't listen to him.
OKC, baby.
That is not his team. His team is the Orlando Magic.
OKC, baby. Yeah.
His
We going strong. Yo, we got Magic. Paul George, baby. Yo, Paul George, Russell Westbrook.
No, that's not his team.
We going to kill it this year. Russell Westbrook. Let's go. Go ahead, do it. Keeping it football, we got to talk about Eli getting benched, man. I have two feelings about this in the why they fucked up on benching Eli and how they could have benched Eli and it been okay. But I don't know if you want to start because mine might be a bit long-winded.
I don't mind them. Well, how they did it to bench Eli for Geno Smith, that's wrong. You don't do that because Geno Smith is pure trash. And Ben McAdoo and Jerry and Reese, the GM, they're pure. They're not going to be there next year. That's for sure. McAdoo's never probably going to get a coaching job in his life again. He's gonna be the Joe Philbin of the Giants.
Coaching.
No, not even coach.
No,
defense. He won't get another Joe because no one wants to deal with that. You're doing that to Eli Manning, who's. I don't think Eli Manning is that good, but Eli Manning, he did 210 games straight from rookie season to now, just pure starting, and you have to respect that. And how the Giants did it, how the ownership did it, GM, pure trash. And when they see, we're hiring Ben McAdoo, no one wants to deal with Ben McAdoo because first of all, a team like the Giants quit on him, and he's benching star players and everything like that. That's not right. And but Eli, in respect, Eli has been trending down for like the past 4 or 5 years now. He's not been getting better. He's been getting worse actually very quickly. And if they had benched him for Davis Webb, cool, that makes sense because they're looking to the future. But you don't bench him for Geno Smith because you know what you're getting with Geno Smith already. You're getting probably 5 picks a game, and that's my thing with that whole bunch of crap, man. I can't deal really with Geno Smith, the Giants, and Ben McAdoo. I don't like the Giants, but you know what? That's what it is.
Not many arguments there, but I will say this. Look, the reason I feel they did Eli dirty was simply because they had the audacity to be like, look, we'll start you for the first series. You play the first couple downs or the first drive. Then after that, we bench you for Geno Smith. Now, to me, it's if you're looking towards the future of your team and you have the plan of benching Eli to know what the future of the team is going to look like because you're losing, because it's not looking good, just bench him outright. Give him the respect of just being like, look, we want to see where the future of the team is going. And look, it's the coaches, it's upstairs, it's everything. Like, we're at that point where what we're seeing we're not liking, we want to see something different. That's perfectly fine because if you look at the numbers, Eli has not been producing. Say what you want about the O-line, say what you want about the injuries. At the end of the day, you look at any other team, we never make excuses for players that are missing. We always say, what have you been doing considering you're on the field? He has not been producing. It's that simple. So if you want to bench him, I can't argue with that whatsoever. That's sound logic. He's not doing well. See, next guy up comes in. My problem comes in where the person you're benching him for is Geno Smith. Now, I get he is the more veteran of your backups, but if you're looking towards what the future holds, Davis Webb has to go in. Period. If he doesn't do well, then yeah, put in Geno Smith. But if you want to assess where your team's going, what's good for the future, you put in the kid that you drafted that you were hoping to be the next guy up. The only reason you brought in Geno Smith was for a veteran QB that could just be there in case of an injury towards Eli. That's what he's there for. He's not there for a future role. We've seen what he can do. We saw him with the Jets. And granted, yes, Jets offense has been garbage for a while. Like, they've never been a consistently good offense in quite some time. So you can't really hold that against Geno, but at the same time, Geno has not made sound decisions as a quarterback. That's enough for me to know that he might not be the guy that you want to put in as your future. With that being said, Davis Webb is the one who should be the one who starts next week or this Sunday coming up. To me, that's the only way you get to that point where it's like, look, sorry, Eli, I know it's fucked, but we're looking towards the future.
I can't really say that for this season because
I can. Look,
this season,
and at the end of the day, like we always talk about, it's all about winning. What are you doing out there? Because you want to win. You want to put the best people forward to win. If you're telling me at this point you're giving up on winning and you're looking towards the future, and you're saying Geno Smith is that, you're wrong. Especially when you have a guy that you drafted who's a rookie who you want to see right away how good he's going to be to know if he's someone you can work with. And like I said, they have so many injuries on offense and as well as defense that you're still not going to get a proper assessment of either one of those two quarterbacks, Geno Smith or Davis Webb, skill, considering they're not playing with a first-team offense. No, Eli's not even playing with a first-team offense. He's had so many guys drop his passes that it's deflated his numbers.
Well, of course, you don't have a running game. You don't have an offensive line.
No, they haven't had a running game in like 5-6 seasons. They haven't had a running game in quite some time.
So then you have to think about it this way.
Like I said, at the end of the day, it's the next guy. Like, look, we've never looked at the Patriots, a team that has consistently picked up guys, dropped guys, traded guys away, had guys get injured, brought the next guy in and said, well, the reason they're struggling is because of the injuries. No, at the end of the day, they've always looked at Tom Brady and be like, what's Tom Brady doing? Maybe he's old. Maybe he's this. Maybe he's that. In the beginning of the season, their defense was garbage. They were dead last as far as the Patriots defense was concerned. But still, Tom Brady was going out there and doing his damn job with no-name guys. After Edelman got hurt, even Hogan got hurt on top of that. They don't have LeGarrette Blount back there. They have a committee in running backs, but they still make it work because they have a very simple philosophy. If you're on the field, you have one job to do. Do your job, or the next man is going to do it.
Well,
that's simple.
Well, it's not that simple. The Patriots,
it is that simple.
The Patriots, if it was that simple, other coaches would do it. Even though they're not Belichick, there are coaches good enough as Belichick to do it, and it's not that simple. It's a system.
The problem with other coaches is they don't implement that mentality of your job is not safe. If you tell your players right away, if you don't do your job, you're getting benched, and then when they go out there and don't do their job, you bench them, everybody around is going to be like, it doesn't matter what your name is.
Mike Tomlin is the same thing.
You're going to get bent, but that's what I'm saying.
But their team hasn't been the same. It's a system. It's a system how you run your system.
Look at Mike Tomlin's team right now. They're the only team that's rivaling right now in the AFC is the Patriots.
But Ben
the Steelers is who we're talking about for the people who may not know.
But look at Ben Roethlisberger. He's been playing trash. He's been playing trash.
He started playing trash
for a lot of games. He's
actually improved tremendously.
A lot of games, but is it because of him or is it because of Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell? Those are the people that making him look good. Because right now, to me, it seems it's Antonio Brown that's really doing all the heavy lifting.
If you can throw it 50 yards down the field, I promise you, Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown will make you look good too. As long as you have a little bit of accuracy on that throw.
Yeah, but look how much better they can be. And Ben Roethlisberger is not. I'm telling you, it's a whole system. The Patriots are good because of their system. When Tom Brady's not there, they still win.
Their system is, if you don't go out there and do your job, you will be benched. If you go out there after we bench you and you still don't do your job, you will get cut. That's a great system. Why? Because everybody shows up to work or they know they're out of a job. It's that simple. Like I said, in terms of Eli Manning, he has not been going out there and producing the numbers. Yes, you can bring up every reason as to why, and I understand and I sympathize with him. But in terms of looking towards the future, the only thing about that decision that pissed me off was them saying they're going to start him for the first drive, then sit him, and then put in Geno Smith. No. Bench him outright, put in Davis Webb, assess your future. If Davis Webb isn't good, then put in Geno Smith.
Davis Webb isn't that good. He's not ready. That's the reason why they're not starting him.
We know he's not, but at the same time, he still hasn't been tested in like the full speed NFL. Like you've got to put him in there.
If they're putting in Geno,
you got to put him in there.
That's not how it works. If they're putting in,
I'm judging them based on what they said as far as seeing what the future holds. That's what they said. So if that's the case, you put in the kid.
But are you
that simple?
But because what they said does that give them credibility? First of all, if they thought Davis Webb was ready, they would have put him in before Geno Smith. Davis Webb is not ready.
No, they literally said we're going to put in Geno Smith. If it doesn't work out during that game, in the second half, we're going to put in Webb.
That's not that means Davis Webb's still not ready. It doesn't matter.
But that's
if they
to me, if you're willing to pull Geno Smith and then put in Davis Webb in the second half,
It does.
that means he's first half ready. Put him in.
I mean,
And if he's not ready for the first half, then why the hell are we even having a conversation of backups when you have Eli Manning?
That's my point now. That's what I'm trying to say. The Giants just want to bench him to spite him. That's all it is. Because first of all, season's lost. You're not going to win. You're not making the playoffs. Everyone knows that. If Davis Webb was ready, you would have put him in right away. He's not ready. You're putting in Geno Smith. Geno Smith's a free agent next season, and we know he's not going to be with the Giants. So why are you benching Eli?
It's a full-on tank move, man.
Have Eli finish the season. You're not winning games. You're not making the playoffs. Let him finish the season. If Eli wants to go somewhere else later on,
I think the Giants are essentially trying to compete with the Browns to get a top-ranked quarterback.
It has not. It did not. Okay, fine. If you want to get a quarterback, you'll get a quarterback. No matter what place you're finishing in bottom 5 anyways, you'll get a quarterback. You'll get a quarterback. That's not the issue. They're just doing it to spite Eli. And the Giants have recently, they've been known for this. Look what they did to Tom Coughlin. As soon as Tom Coughlin left, team got worse. Got absolutely worse. And this is the problem with the GM and the owner and freaking Ben McAdoo right now. And they're just doing this to spite Eli. It's like, okay, Eli, you've been doing bad, but Name a quarterback in the NFL right now that could produce without wide receivers, without an O-line, without a running game. There's not one quarterback. Not even Aaron Rodgers could do it. You can't do it. And Eli's been without a running game for 5 years, O-line for 3 years, and this season no receivers. So it's like, what do you want him to do?
Maybe Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah,
has a defense. Has a defense.
No offense,
yeah, he has an offense. He has receivers. Doug Baldwin is there. He has a receiver. The Giants have no one. Giants have no one wide receiver.
He has no O-line because he's scrambling all the time.
and Russell Wilson had Marshawn Lynch before that too. It's only 2 years. It's only 2 years now.
And when they needed him the most, they didn't use him like assholes.
That's the coaches. That's a coach's problem too.
But they have no running game this year.
2 years now they haven't had a running game, and we're seeing it. They're not winning because they don't have it. Everyone on their defense now, their defense is being overextended. People are getting hurt. That's what happened to Sherman. He's out for the season. Who else is gone from that whole Legion Boom thing is done. They're done after this season year. They're probably gonna go somewhere else. But yeah, it's you don't have an offensive line, you don't have receivers, and you don't have a running game. There's no quarterback on earth that can produce like that. Not even the best quarterback. You could have Joe Montana there, and he's not doing it. Tom Brady, you could have him there, he's not doing it. It's as simple as that.
Tom Brady works with less.
What do you mean Tom Brady works with less?
I'm chirping, bro.
No, he doesn't. He has something, just like that. And like I said, the Giants, they're wrong for it, but you know what? Eli is probably going to go to Jacksonville or some shit and go back with Tom Coughlin, and they're going to see what they're going to be missing out.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. And I mean, they're probably the best thing for Eli, considering how good that defense is. They got Leonard Fournette. If Hearns comes back healthy, they'll be great. If Robinson comes back healthy, they'll be great. Like he'd have his weapons, he'd have his runner, and he'd have his defense. So we'd be good to go.
We'll see how that goes. Next topic. Where you wanted to go into
wait. Let me see what's up. Oh, Tennessee, Greg Schiano.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. This is one of those situations where the Twitter, Facebook mob gets their way. And I really think that's essentially what it was, because it was announced that Greg Schiano was going to be signed to Tennessee. Not was going to be signed, was literally signed to Tennessee. He got the job. They announced that he had the job. And then the mob of people who were basically saying he was a part of the Penn State scandal, that he knew and did nothing about it, took over. And I have a mixed bag of feeling about this, simply because the investigation proved that he wasn't in direct influence as towards keeping anything a secret. Anything he had actually known was shown that he had went to the proper authorities, the proper channels to talk about it. And as we all know, it wasn't anybody who was associated with that football team, but more of the higher-ups that kept a lot of that stuff secret. To then use that against Greg Schiano for him to not get a coaching job, I felt was an egregious thing to do. And I felt the only reason that came about was simply because, and this would have been the better reason as to why they shouldn't have gotten him, he hasn't proven himself as a good head coach in college. To me, that is a reason to not have him there. But to mask that reason of him not being a good football coach to then basically defecate and slander his name as somebody who was a part of and sympathized with the abusers. Personally, and this is just going based off the information that we were given based on the investigation, we know that's not true.
Well, what can I say about Greg Schiano? Like, I understand, the whole Penn State thing with Sandusky and all that stuff. It's a very
tricky and touchy subject. Look, like, I in no way, shape, or form want to make anything light about this, because when it broke out, like, I know people who went to Penn State. I know people who have spoken to Sandusky, who has spoken to the late head coach. Oh my God, I forgot his name.
Pitino? Rick Pitino?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like knowing people who have like been in direct contact with these guys and like the high praise that they have for them, to have this scandal come out, it was one of those things where it's like it really makes you kind of do a double take and really just assess how well people really know what's happening around them, So given that, I've always looked at that situation as something that's like kind of off limits beyond what we know as fact and don't even entertain anything we know as fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's just one of those situations where, yes, people were abused. It's not funny whatsoever. It's something that you got to really take in and really understand. And the one thing about that whole situation when it comes to Greg Schiano in Tennessee is...
Oh, I mean Joe Paterno. Sorry, I said Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino's Rick Pitino's the basketball coach who's in a scandal himself too, but it will be another time.
Dude, there's so many
but
people.
Joe Paterno, that's what I meant.
There's so many people in scandals when it comes to sports, entertainment. Like I'm honestly like mixing names and everything. So
yeah,
but it's just one of those things where like we look at Greg Schiano, right? Now, if he was really as horrible as people are making out to be, he would have never coached another game again. He would never coach at Purdue. He would have never been able to come into the NFL and coach for Tampa Bay. Like, there would have never been avenues for him again because of this situation. Not to say that we don't have people out there that turn a blind eye to it just because they know what skill level you bring. Like, we're seeing it right now in Hollywood where there's so many people that'll just be like, well, we know this is going on, but he's going to bring in the money. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. It's more a matter of when that was happening, the biggest names in connection were brought up. And he was one of those names that was brought up, and he was one of those names that basically went and said everything I said, had all his stories aligned and corroborated. And then the investigation, when it was done, they said, okay, like, you did what you had to do. Like, you didn't keep silent about anything. So for that reason, like, they had nothing to hold against him.
Mm-hmm.
But what Tennessee did, what Twitter did essentially, was take that little bit of information of, yeah, he was a part of it, and almost do like a fueling of the flames for something that really wasn't a direct cause of what he's done.
Well, you have to understand right now with the whole climate of all this, the Harvey Weinstein and all that kind of stuff that's going on right now.
It's so sensitive.
The world is very sensitive, and there are a lot of social justice warriors on freaking Facebook saying, oh, no, you can't do this because of this, blah, blah, blah. And it's costing people their jobs, rightly so, if they're accused of doing something.
Yeah.
But you can't be that overly sensitive about certain things, because it's like you can't prosecute someone without it's always innocent until proven guilty. And obviously Schiano, and I personally think that a lot more people were aware of what's going on. It's just that back then no one said anything.
Yeah, of course.
Well, but it's not for me to say that, okay, he shouldn't get a head job because of this. If he's proven that, okay, everything else happened and he's done with it, cool.
My biggest reason for him not being accepted is just the fact that he has a track record of not being a good head coach.
Well, he's
like, you don't have the wins. And to me, it's like, and look, I feel like if Tennessee actually went out and got a coach that's like a proven winner, no matter what, they would have kept quiet. They were like, oh, you're a proven winner, you're good to go.
Well, he's only been a coach, at Rutgers for he was a coach there for 10 years and didn't do anything really.
Yeah.
And, okay, I get it.
I really feel like that's what it was. It was just a matter of, you're not a guy that's brought much to the table as far as head coaching goes.
But, it's college. College is not the same as NFL. They would hire anyone.
But I mainly mention that because it becomes a slippery slope now where it's a matter of anything from your past that, if the climate determines it, is enough to stop you from getting forward.
Hear that, people? Go back into your timeline and delete all the bullshit you said when you were younger.
I didn't say
back,
that, but I think you should.
It'll come back and haunt you. But I'm not afraid of that stuff. Like, whatever I said, I stand.
I can say this. No, there was a time in Twitter history where the F word was flying like it was hotcakes on a Sunday morning.
Which F word?
I ain't gonna say it. We can't say it now. It's 2017.
You can't say it. I could say it if I want to.
So say it then.
Faggot?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a word. If you feel sensitive about it, too bad. I'm not calling anyone a faggot. I'm just saying the word I used to say.
Go for it.
Like what? People are way too sensitive, man. It's like it's words. Okay. It's like you remember that old Chris Rock sketch where he said he was driving his car, and after he said the word faggot, he said, "No, I'm not insulting, calling you gay or anything like that. But there's some stupid shit that you do that warrants me to call you that." And he's basically attributing the word faggot to idiocy, being an idiot. And I get that, and I understand that. People just have to, learn to understand, like, okay, you need to relax. And we even had this discussion too with Patrick and all that stuff. Like, the reason why people say, "Oh, these racist stuff." Okay, you're saying racist stuff to be an asshole. You're not saying racist stuff to be racist. But whatever the case is and all that stuff. But what I was saying, people, go back if you are afraid to stand what you say, or you're afraid you might get in trouble with something, go back into your Facebook stuff, go back into your timeline and Twitter and delete whatever it is. I personally not scared because I stand on what I say. So if people want to come after me for something, cool. I said it. What's going to happen to you? What's the worst that can happen to me? I said it years ago. What's the worst that can happen to me? Oh, you said this. Okay, yeah, I did. And what? Cool.
Fired from your job.
Huh?
Get that flag on your name.
No, that's fine. If my job is actually going out there actively looking for something for me to get me fired, I can sue them for that. And that's how you deal with it. And if it's something more than years ago, because I'm very cognizant of what I'm saying. So if people just want to be stupid like that and try to get me fired, cool. There's ways to handle that too.
Just delete problematic tweets that you had.
Nah, my stuff is staying there. Do yourself a favor. My stuff is staying there.
Just do yourself a favor, man.
If you want to go back all the way, if you want to go all the way back into my life to find out what I said, wow, you really must be desperate to find something.
Yo, some people are desperate, and it's not even that hard. You literally just like put in a person's @name, and then just put in whatever word you feel is a trigger word, and then look for whatever you want. Like it's all gonna pop up. It's literally like 2 seconds. Which is why I went through a lot of my shit and just started deleting.
Whatever. Greg Schiano, you'll get a head job. You'll get a coaching job. I'm not sure what.
Oh, he'll 100% get another coaching job. I just like I said, I felt it was more a matter of them, like the social media outburst of something that we all went through together and noticed together and dealt with, and we established who were the culprits and who weren't. Greg Schiano was one of the people we established was not a culprit, but just the fact that they used that as an excuse to get rid of him when in reality, the only reason they didn't want him there is because he's not a good head coach. Just tell the fucking truth, man.
Tennessee's a big school, so they can do whatever they want, really.
And they're still fucking garbage.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, next up, we're keeping it on the sports topic. LeBron James gets ejected after one technical. How fucking stupid was that?
Well, it wasn't one technical. It just...
No. He got one technical and got ejected because...
He was arguing, so that's 2 techs.
Because what is his name? Kane Fitzgerald felt like he punched the air and came at me aggressively and then started shouting profanity. So that was enough for him to suggest that he should be ejected after one technical.
Well, it's 2 technicals. You by rule you can't get ejected by one. It's you got the one technical for whatever you're doing, and after you're arguing and continuing, that's 2 techs, so you're out for sure. I really don't care because the NBA is soft right now.
It is fucking soft. It's soft as shit.
The NBA is soft, so like I really don't care what these referees say.
Every other sport, so long as you don't threaten to bodily harm or kill someone, you can say whatever you want. Hockey players shout every profanity in the book as long as they don't touch them or threaten their life. Football players shout every profanity in the book so long as they don't touch them, they're good. Every damn sport, soccer, everything.
Well, not soccer, no. Soccer, no. You get a card. You'll get carded if
You literally get in the ref's face.
No, you'll get carded. You in the Premier.
And those are sensitive refs.
No, in the Premier League,
they're sensitive refs.
This is the rule now. If you say something to the ref, that's why they could retroactively go back and give you cards now because of situation like that in the Premier. That's why everyone's more calm now towards the referees and they don't get into their face because of it.
Fucking sensitive.
Because they will retroactively get a red card or a yellow card. So you can't do that anymore.
All the sports, the NBA is the absolute worst. Like we talk about divas in sports where like players are divas. NBA refs are the divas of divas, man.
No.
Yes, they are.
Baseball's worse.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball, the umpires are worse than baseball.
But you know what? Yeah, as bad as they are, they still, at the very least, let you scream in their face for a good whole minute before they throw you out. They give you 60 seconds, and they give you the 3 warnings.
Yeah, but they screw you with calls, which directly affects it more than basketball.
Because they're still living in the fucking Stone Age where they don't implement the fucking replays. Like, we got cameras there for a reason, but they're like, oh, we don't want to slow down the game. Well, get the calls right first, please.
Well, that's the thing. It's a whole different thing. Every sports has their caveat, but basketball over the years has gotten a lot more soft than anything it is. So like me seeing LeBron getting ejected for arguing with the ref, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't care because it's like NBA is soft as it is right now. If you sneeze,
it was more the reasoning that he brought up.
If you sneeze, you get kicked out of the game.
Like,
so it's like whatever.
If he had said straight up, yeah, LeBron said I'd punch you in the face, then yeah, 100% he deserves to go. But you said he punched the air. Wait, the punch that he referred to happened before he even got anywhere near the referee. And then to say he approached me aggressively and was very vulgar. Well, yeah, like you have a bunch of like overly exercised, fucking testosterone-driven men playing a fucking sport where they want to win. Of course, there's going to be intense emotions involved when you feel like you got screwed out of a fucking call. If you can't take a little berating because you made a bad call, maybe you should make better calls.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
Dude, ever since the brawl between Indiana and Detroit, they've cracked down on the NBA a lot because they don't want that.
I can understand that type of situation bringing you to a point where it's like, yeah, we have to crack down on letting players be as emotionally physical as they deem it necessary. But if you make a bad call and I want to shout at you, I should be able to shout at you because you made a bad call. You get paid 6 fucking figures. Make a good call. Yeah, refs get paid 6 figures. I should be able to yell at you. Why the hell are you here making bad calls if I can't yell at you? You're just gonna keep making bad calls.
Listen, man, I all I have to say is that
And the thing about that guy too is like he's one of like the younger guys who he's one of like in a strange way to say like he's like a protege referee where I think he's 36 years old, but been reffing in the NBA for 9 years. So it's like he started really young. But that goes to show like the type of skill he had that they were comfortable enough to have him there. So for him, a guy that is almost revered for how fast he was able to make it to the NBA level, to do something like that out of pure sensitivity and like
I said, I don't put much mind into
put your fucking big boy pants on.
Ever since that brawl happened,
and take the earful from the fucking best player in the NBA when he tells you made a bad fucking call. Even if you didn't make a bad call and he was in the wrong, you take that shit. Wanna know why? He puts asses in the seats. That's fucking money, man. Yeah, imagine if he had ejected Kobe for that type of shit. That's fucking bullshit, man.
But he's not Kobe. Kobe's a champion. Kobe's a 5-time champion.
I'm just saying. Put Kobe there. Put Jordan there. Put anybody who's a fucking star in that same position and have that same type of ejection. What are you doing? Put Steph Curry there. Anybody. My KD there. Anybody.
It's
ridiculous,
didn't
bro.
KD just got ejected?
Yeah, okay. And that ejection too was fucking stupid.
Okay, but that's what I'm telling you. NBA soft. If Kobe, first of all, Kobe would never get rejected because he's too box office.
Ejected, not rejected.
Ejected, whatever. If he would never get ejected because he's box office. That's.
And you're saying LeBron isn't box office?
No, not for where he is.
Get the fuck out of here! What?
Not for where he is. Do you realize the Los Angeles Lakers?
Jason.
He's box office.
Jason, come on. Team. Put your biases aside. Put those biases aside. We all know how bandwagon fans work. When it comes to LeBron James, he is box office. He shows up anywhere. That's asses in the seats.
No. He sat out games for when it's one time. He sat out games
If
for one
we
thing.
know LeBron is playing, that's asses in the seats. It's LeBron fucking James. What are you saying?
That's not box office. Box office, you show up and you play all the time. That's box office.
Box office.
You come and put a show. You don't sit down.
LeBron is playing tonight. I want to see LeBron play. That's box office.
LeBron,
if he sits, whatever. But people will still show just with the anticipation that LeBron's going to play.
In Cleveland.
That's who he is.
In Cleveland.
Anywhere.
In Cleveland.
Anywhere.
Not anywhere, because he sits out away games. He
Guys,
sits out
this
games.
is the biased.
It's not biased.
Jason.
I can
Yes,
give you
this
facts.
Is pure bias.
Do you want me to give you facts?
This is pure.
Do you want me to give you facts?
LeBron is out there.
If. He's saying if. He's saying
yes.
if. I don't have to say that with Kobe.
I can say if.
No.
Because Kobe played every fucking game he was ever in?
Yes, when he's not injured, yes.
Out of here, man.
When he's not injured, yes. Kobe never sat out games. Kobe never sat out games. I don't know where you got this from. LeBron sat out so many games last season. Games where
What game did he sit out?
Games where he only visited once.
What game did he sit out?
Minnesota sat out. Heat sat out. I can give you
healthy scratches is what you're saying?
Healthy scratches. Healthy scratches where he sat out. Kobe never sat out. That's what box office. When you come and put on a show. That's why Jordan.
Yo, I can tell you right now, Kobe should have sat out a few games.
It doesn't matter if he sat out. He did his work.
Should have sat out a few
He did his
games.
work, and that's why people say Kobe is better than LeBron, because he has that.
I'm not talking about who's better than who. I'm saying straight up, it's box office. If you know that team is coming in, they buy the tickets in advance, whether he plays or not. We know, oh, Cleveland is playing this team, we're buying, it's sold out.
That's not how it works. That's not how the NBA works.
Yes, it fucking does. You mark your calendar. What? You never heard the term mark your calendar
Mark
before?
your calendar. Okay, Cleveland's coming to Toronto. You're in Toronto.
They're buying the fucking tickets,
You're buying tickets, and LeBron sits out.
They're still, the tickets are already bought.
So that's not box office, because you came to see LeBron. You didn't come to see Cleveland.
If a
you didn't come
game
to see
is
Toronto.
sold out weeks before the game is even played, that's box office, man.
No, that's selling out. That's not box office. You're not putting on a show.
Oh,
a box office is putting on a show.
Come on, you don't even believe that shit yourself, man. Like, what?
What are you talking
If it's
about?
a box office hit, that's what it does.
No, it's not.
It sells out before it even happens.
No, it sells out because you come to see the person there you want to see play. You don't play. You don't come to see
whether he shows up or not, it's already sold.
But that's not box office. That's just selling out. That's just selling out tickets.
You're talking
that's
about
selling tickets to sell tickets.
You're talking appearance. Appearance is what I'm talking. I'm talking about money in the bank. That's all I'm talking about. If we know LeBron James is playing Toronto or LeBron James is playing the Celtics or whatever it is, whether he plays or not, they see the team he's on. Oh, Cavaliers are playing Toronto on this date. People are buying tickets for that date.
Okay, and they're gonna sell them back for cheaper, and they're not. And what's the point? Because you're going.
The initial, that doesn't matter. The initial ticket bought goes towards the NBA. Done. Whether they resell their tickets afterwards, illegally or legally.
That's not box office, though. That's not box office. If you're sitting out games,
once
you're
the
not box
ticket is
office.
purchased, it goes towards the NBA. It goes towards a sale. So even if you're looking and you're like, oh, this is empty, but they're saying it's a sellout crowd, it's because the tickets were sold.
Okay, you sell the tickets. Oh, we hear LeBron's not going to play tonight. I'm not buying concession food. I'm not buying anything in the stands. That's money lost. I'm sorry. That's people not showing up.
They make more money on the tickets.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I can guarantee.
Dude, tickets are like $200 fucking dollars. Many people.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Dude, you're paying $200 to get in there, but people aren't paying majority of people aren't paying $200 once they're in there. They're not. That's fact.
You're buying food. You're buying thing. You're selling. You're selling.
You are buying that, but majority of people who go there are not spending more than what the ticket's worth.
But you're still losing money because you're getting people's not coming. You don't understand.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You don't understand.
Majority of people who are there, yes, you're losing money.
Dude, you could sell the ticket for $5. There's tickets that sell for $5. There's no ticket that sells only $200 and up. There's tickets that sell for $20-something. You're still missing another $20-something you could buy from food.
That's small market.
And there's still more people. There's more people
You're talking
paying.
Small market teams right now. When it comes to teams that are big market, cheapest you're gonna find is $80. And
a big market team?
Big market team. If you're
cheapest
lucky,
$80? Are you crazy?
Lucky.
No, that's cheapest big market team. You're paying $200 and up. $200 and up.
What did I just say? Cavaliers, $200 and up.
Cavaliers is not a big market team. They're a small market team. Cavaliers is a small market team. I'm not sure how to tell you this, but Cavaliers is a small market team. Do you know Cavaliers lost money this season? Do you know they lost money because they're a small market team? Do you know that?
Jason, you're trying to say people aren't coming out for the Cavaliers.
It's a small market team. It's a small market team. I'm sorry. It's a small market team. It's not Boston. It's not New York. It's not Los Angeles. It's not Chicago. Those are the big market teams. Cleveland is not a big market.
Whatever you say, Jason.
So I'm right. There you go. I'm right. No, you can't. You're not.
Whatever you say, Jason.
If you can't argue or have a conversation about facts, then I'm right because you haven't given me one single fact yet. You're saying, "Oh, Cleveland's not a smart market." Whatever. That's
whatever you say, Jason.
Okay, I say I'm right. That's what I'm saying. Whatever.
If you're right, you're right.
I am right. I know I'm right because I give you facts because I'm right. Go on your phone.
Back and forth.
You could go back on your phone.
I'm checking the next topic, bro.
Okay, I'm right. I win. I'm sorry.
Let's talk Grammys.
Sorry you feel disappointed, but I won.
There's no disappointment over here.
You lost.
Let's talk Grammys.
I give you numbers and facts, and that's it.
I lost like Cam. Okay.
Huh?
I lost like Cam.
Hey, you lose, you lose. I win, I win. That's what counts, right?
If you say so, bro.
Okay, I do say so.
If you say so.
I did say so.
Let's talk Grammys, man. Let's talk about the nominations of the Grammys.
Yo, this is the thing, man. If you want to argue, but have facts behind it. If you're gonna tell me Cleveland's a big team,
hey, we're on Grammys right now.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, if you're gonna tell me Cleveland's a big team,
we're on Grammys
argue
right
Cleveland's
now.
a big team, but don't make up stuff. Do not make up stuff
right now.
That's all I have to say. Don't make anything up.
We're on to the Grammys. All right, so there's some big nominations happening here, and for the first time since I think it was 1991, if I'm not mistaken on my dates, it's the first time for Album of the Year. There's no white male representative as a nomination. It's pretty damn big. Pretty damn big news.
Who came out with songs, though? Who came out with songs? Who came out with something this year?
Oh, there was a lot. Well, as far as the nominations go for Album of the Year, you got Childish Gambino with Awaken My Love. You got Jay-Z with 444. You got Kendrick Lamar with Damn. You got Lorde, who is the sole white representative, with Melodrama. And you have Bruno Mars with 24 Karat Magic.
Okay.
But it's looking pretty good. Like I'm a huge music guy, and something I feel like we got to implement more on this podcast is more music talk, man. But Jason, he's not big on the music like I am. We got to get Jason into the music. You guys got to send Jason your music and really get him like back into the swing of things.
Because it's not original anymore. Everything sounds the same.
You got to get him off the old school shit. Like he doesn't listen to anything past like what 2004.
Because everything right now sounds the same. And that's fact. Everything sounds the same.
No, I can't agree with that.
Everything sounds the same. And the stuff that you're listening to probably right now is inspired from old school stuff. So what are you trying to tell me? It's the same thing. Jay-Z's stuff. Jay-Z's been Jay-Z for how many years? He doesn't sing anything like a mumble rapper, so I know what to expect from Jay-Z. Kendrick Lamar is different. I know what to expect from him. Childish Gambino's the same thing. They all get their influence from the old school, so that's the reason why I don't listen to like any of that mumble rap bullshit. That's why you don't see any of them like nominated for anything because it's all sounding the same.
Nobody you mentioned is mumble rap.
But you understand what I'm talking about. The reason why these things are nominated for Grammys is because they sound different. And the new music right now, it's completely flooded with mumble rap bullshit, same pop sounding nonsense. That's why you don't regularly see. I'm sure there's a lot more white artists who could have been nominated for Grammys for Album of the Year or whatever, but because their things sound so similar to each other this year, you won't get that. And that's why you're getting stuff like Jay-Z. Jay-Z, I never really thought Jay-Z is a good artist, but he still comes out with quality stuff. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar. Same thing, quality, extremely good quality stuff. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of other rappers, singers, and everything like that. Even what's her face? The chick, Taylor Swift.
Oh, I fucking hate that one.
Taylor Swift. Even her stuff sounds all the same thing too. It sounds all the same. That's why Nicki Minaj, everyone's like fed up with her because that's how she sounds in every single thing.
Did you just mumble rap Taylor Swift?
No, that's the Nicki Minaj. That's the cadence of how she goes. That's the cadence of all her songs. It's always that that's the cadence of Nicki Minaj's song, and people are tired of it. That's why you're hearing Cardi B is doing way better than whatever Nicki Minaj has been doing, and people are just they're fed up with it. And I think that mumble rap nonsense it's gonna fade out in the next year or two or so, and then you're gonna start hearing more old school stuff coming back. Because I know Jadakiss and Fabulous has an album coming out.
It already came out.
If it came out already?
Oh yeah.
When last week or
fire,
before?
Bro. Last Friday.
So there you go. Their stuff came out, and That's what people
Yo, it made me want to
want.
put on a ski mask and drive in a black hoopty and rob some motherfuckers.
But
That shit
that's
was fire.
But that's the thing. People want that stuff, and they want rap again. They want singing again. They want R&B again. It's just that music labels won't put you back
So
onto
we're gonna
it
talk
again.
about these nominees, or you're gonna keep ranting?
But it's all the same. Okay, who are you gonna name more nominees? Name more nominees. I'll tell you about.
All right, let's start at the top since like I opened up the website. So general field stuff. We're talking record of the year right now. So they got Redbone from Childish Gambino.
Okay.
They got Despacito by Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, featuring Justin Bieber.
Is this song of the year or album of the year?
Record.
So your single IP.
Yeah, basically the
song.
record. For those that don't know,
Single
the
EP.
record of the year is basically
Those tracks played the most.
everyone who's involved with the creation of it. Because they always have like record of the year and song of the year, and the difference between the two is basically song of the year is credited towards the songwriters, whereas record of the year goes towards the writers, the producers, the performers, the engineers, like basically every single person who's involved with the creation of the song. So record of the year, like I said, you have Childish Gambino with Redbone, which I thought was fucking phenomenal. And you got Despacito, as I said before, Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
You got Story of OJ, which is Jay-Z and No ID as producer. You got Humble by Kendrick Lamar, who's Ashton Hogan and Michael May were producers on that. And 24 Karat Magic from Bruno Mars, Shampoo Press and Curl were producers on that.
Okay.
So I can tell you my personal choice for this, who I'd love to see win this. Overall, I would love Redbone to win this. And that's more of like just a personal bias pick. Like I feel like Childish Gambino really went on a different direction with his album as a whole, and like that song was just one of those songs where when people heard it for the first time, like they were completely shocked. It was so different. It had like a kind of like funk flair to it, but it was very like neo soul at the same time. Like it was just a sound that like most people really hadn't heard before, you know? And for that purpose alone, like I feel like it because it's such a standout compared to like the other styles that are on this category, like to me, that would be the song I would pick to win.
I think Bruno Mars is gonna win.
Exactly. I feel like, but record of the year Academy-wise, like what they're looking at, it would be.
I think it's gonna be Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars because not only because of the number of plays that it had, but it's catchy as well, and his whole line of his whole work in general.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to say it's better than Childish Gambino, but it's more consistent.
No, like
he's more
Pretty
consistent.
much like it touches that funk pop section of things.
Yeah.
And on top of it too, it's like Bruno Mars is just one of those guys that when he puts something out, everybody pays attention to it, you know? And I just feel like the song itself is fucking phenomenal, man. Like I still listen to it today. I'll get fucking jiggy with it. I'll fucking dance my ass off when I hear
Bruno
that
Mars
shit.
is good. I like his stuff. So he's this thing's probably gonna.
Yeah. I feel like that's more of like the Academy friendly pick to go with if you're running a betting game, you know, like legally, of course. If you're doing a little betting on the Grammys,
People do that.
People do it.
People do bet on.
Or you do drinking games with it.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll go back to album of the year, and like I said, we had "Awaken My Love" by Childish Gambino, 444 by Jay-Z, we got "Damn" by Kendrick Lamar, "Melodrama" by Lorde, and 24K Magic by Bruno Mars. Now, personal pick on this, I honestly feel like "Damn" should win this, just because like Kendrick. Like everything he puts out is just it's platinum. Like it's good. It's platinum, and on top of it, it's like he broke away from his usual style. Like he had more of a. There's multiple tracks on this album that could be singles and standalones, whereas more often than not, he makes albums that are meant to be listened to cohesively, where it's like start to finish, you're gonna listen to it and you're gonna love it. Whereas this, as much as start to finish, I listen to it and I still listen to it start to finish. The one thing about this album is there's a bunch of tracks that like if you just want to bump one of them, you can just bump one of them and then move back over to whatever genre you're in, you know? And that's why I would pick Damn as like a personal pick, but I will say expect Jay-Z to win it for 444 And the reason I say this is more of like a politics reason, they're giving him the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys. Do not be surprised if there was some pull put in place to make him get the Album of the Year.
I don't know. I haven't listened to all the albums to really have a big coming up album of the year. I would only go for Bruno Mars because I've heard more songs from his stuff than anything. Like I said, the consistency thing, because all his songs was everywhere on the radio.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I heard it the most.
Dude, man, like I love that Bruno Mars album.
That's why I heard all of his songs the most. So that's the only reason I could say I would pick Bruno Mars.
Yeah. And look, like all 5 of these albums that are nominated are fucking good. Like even like Lord's album I listen to a lot. Like all of them are albums that I listen to.
Lord is the chick, right?
Yeah, from Australia. Like
oh yes.
Because to me it's like I always judge it too. Like if I listen to it more than 3 times, then I feel like to me it's a good album. It's an album that I'm gonna hold on to. So all of these albums are albums I listen to more than 3 times. You know, like every single one of them, just phenomenal albums. But like I said, like as from a pure Grammy political stance, do not be shocked if Jay-Z wins it simply because of the Lifetime Achievement Award. And yeah, he's getting that, but usually artists show up because they're getting more than just one thing. And we all know, like, people pay for their awards. Like, don't be surprised, man.
I don't know.
So anything else you want to add for album?
Nah, not really.
All right, move on to Song of the Year. So as I said before, like Song of the Year is basically for songwriters. And on that we have Despacito. We have also 444 from Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
We got Issues from Benny Blanco, Mikkel Storlier, Erickson, blah, 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 blah. A lot of names there. Too many names. 1-800-273-8255 from...
Yeah, the suicide song. That's what I call it.
Let's Suicide Hotline.
Whatever, it's a suicide song, I call
Press it properly. Logic, featuring Lissy Cara and Khalid.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, the only reason I know Logic is because I saw...
One more.
Okay, go ahead.
Then you have That's What I Like, which is Bruno Mars, but a whole bunch of writers on that one too.
The only reason I know about Logic is because I saw an episode of Rick and Morty versus the Vindicators. I had no... I've probably seen Logic's, probably to a certain point, but I had no really interest in the song. Even the song is... It's depressing. It's very depressing.
Well, the song serves a purpose.
To depress you. Whatever, but I think the Despacio or whatever it's called. Despacito, whatever it's called. That's going to win Song of the Year because it's played over to death.
Not only that, the reason I feel like Despacito is going to win Song of the Year is because everything that happened in Puerto Rico. And I feel like, in all seriousness, I don't think it's going to get Record of the Year, but I do think it's going to get Song of the Year. Like, that's the place where it's going to get rewarded simply because of everything that's happening. And I believe this is the first time, I think for both Song and Record of the Year, that a Puerto Rican artist was nominated in those positions.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So you're not getting it for Record. I don't expect them to get it for Record. I'd be shocked if they did. And I mean, congratulations if they do. But for Song of the Year, 100% that's what they're going to get it for.
Yeah, they're probably going to win it. I have no doubts with that. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Though, I would like to see Bruno Mars get it for That's What I Like. That's a great fucking song, man. Then you have, next category, Best New Artist.
All right.
On the list, Alessia Cara, Khalid, Lil Uzi Vert, Julia Michaels, and SZA.
I don't know any of these people. I know Uzi Vert, but that's because of his stupidness. But
honestly, for this,
I have no idea. I can't give you an answer for this.
I need it to be between SZA and Lil Uzi Vert. Though I do feel like Lil Uzi Vert should win it.
They'll never give a mumble rapper a Grammy. They'll never do it.
Say what you want. I look at it like this. Best New Artist sits, to me, it's not a matter of just musically what you're doing. It's more of your influence and your demographic push. Lil Uzi Vert has literally taken over everything for the teen scene.
I have no idea. To tell you the truth,
I'm educating you on this. When you look at everything that XO Tour Life did, and then how big everything rushed forward when it's out, like Love Is Rage 2 came out, Lil Uzi Vert has literally been everywhere. From not just the music, the videos, the GIFs that they create of him, like they meme the fuck out of him because he's literally somebody who's really pushing a demographic forward. Like he's speaking to that younger teen generation that this applies to the most. He's somebody that's going to be holding a mantle for quite some time. And he was also in a position too where a lot of people felt like if he didn't have a breakthrough and if he wasn't somebody that pushed forward, then that whole, as you call it, mumble rap section would just die out. Like they needed him to do well for anything else in that subgenre of hip hop to do well. And he's done phenomenal. Like he put out his album recently, he put out the deluxe of it where he added 4 more tracks. And like I said, like he's been touring, he's been on all these big shows. He's a guy who is literally just all over the place, which is why I would be very shocked if he wasn't the one of all these names that are here to win it. Outside of that, I would personally push for SZA, just because not only as I know she's not a new artist per se, but they technically only count the new artist after your first album goes through.
Okay.
So because of that, yeah, her first album just came out. First studio album just came out. It's a fucking phenomenal R&B album. And everything she's been doing up to this point, like she's somebody that has always been consistently paid attention to. But when I level her on, or I match her up to what Lil Uzi Vert has been doing, it's honestly uncomparable. Like Lil Uzi Vert is just light years ahead. As far as like, I feel like the only other person on this list I don't really know is Julia Michaels. I'm not really familiar with her, so I don't really know her trajectory. So if she were to win, it wouldn't even shock me because it's just I don't know enough about her for it to shock me. But overall, like that's what I feel about that section.
I don't know. You educate me on this one, so like I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah, we're gonna.
What's the next?
Skip ahead all the shit we don't care, like pop and rock. I mean, like, there are certain shit I could talk about, but, like, just overall, yeah. Like, what the fuck?
We don't want to hear best country music stuff. We don't want to hear that. About a one-legged dog dying on the road or some shit like that.
Plus, there's only so much Jason knows as far as music goes, because, like he said, he's stuck from, like, 2004.
I'm stuck when music was good, you're right. When music was actually making sense.
All right. Best R&B performance. This goes for new vocal or instrumental R&B recordings.
All right.
So you have Get You by Daniel Caesar featuring Kali Uchis.
Don't know.
You don't know Daniel Caesar?
Nope.
Yo, he's from Toronto, man. He's a Canadian, man.
All the more reason.
No, all the more reason you should know him, man. Represent the country, bro. What
you
are
can do
doing?
that all you want. You can cheer for the Raptors and all that shit.
No, I'm gonna cheer for artists doing good things, man. That's what I'm.
The only new artist I knew from Toronto is Nav.
Oh, no, man.
Is Nav. That's the only one I know.
Of all the people that you know, Nav is the only one you know?
That's the only new one I comes to mind when I think Toronto.
Oh my god.
That's the only one.
Oh my god.
And the only reason is because he was with that track with The Weeknd. And that's the only reason.
Yo, you got Bacchanal Nice, you got Tunchi, you got 88 Glam, you got fucking Daniel Caesar. Like there's wake up,
stop giving these people pub. I don't know who they are. Don't get them
they're
here.
artists worth checking out in Canada, man. Like what are you talking about?
Don't get them the pub here.
Yo, you see, Jason's such a hater, man. All right, so next you have a Distraction by Kehlani. You have High by Ladisi. That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. And The Weeknd by SZA. Now, for this...
Bruno Mars, again.
It will most likely be Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Like, I'd be very shocked if it wasn't Bruno Mars. But the only thing that bugs me about that is it's not really an R&B song compared to these others. Like
That's
Get
What I
You
Like
is R&B. The Weeknd is R&B. Yeah, like That's What I Like is more funk. Like it's more of like a dance funk song. Whereas when I look at like The Weeknd, when I look at Distraction, or look at High, look at Get You, like these are more like traditional R&B.
I don't know.
But Bruno will win it. Like he will win best R&B performance. It's just gonna happen because yeah, it's Bruno Mars. But I do think Daniel Caesar should win it. Whereas I'd say Daniel Caesar, just to add a little spice to that shit.
I'm just going with familiar name.
Daniel Caesar.
I'm going with familiar name and the song.
No, honestly, like I'd be very shocked if Bruno didn't win it, but I'd be happy if Daniel Caesar won it.
All right, what's another topic I could probably
Next one is best traditional R&B performance. So this is more of like your neo soul type sounding stuff.
Jodeci shit.
So honestly, a few of these I don't know. Like Laugh and Move On by the Baylor Project. I don't know. So
No, I have no idea.
But I do know Childish Gambino, Redbone, and I do know What I'm Feeling by Anthony Hamilton featuring the Hamiltons, and you also have All the Way by Lettucey, and Still by Molly Music. Now this, fuck it. I'm gonna say right now, if Redbone don't win, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I don't know what these mean.
Like the only person that can win this is Anthony Hamilton because, man, like when I hear Anthony Hamilton's name, the only thing I think is nice, beautiful Southern women and grits. When I hear Anthony Hamilton's name, like that, it's just automatic. Like you walk up, you play a Anthony Hamilton song, you walk in your kitchen, there's grits on the stove. You don't even know where they came from.
I don't think you want to know where grits come from if that's the only thing.
That's all that happens, man. It's like who the fuck put these grits on the motherfucking stove? And then you hear Anthony Hamilton in the background. It's just it makes sense.
Oh boy,
it makes sense. But yeah, I want Redbone to win that shit, man. I really do. Because I mean, like I said, I'm looking more towards like I want Childish Gambino, Donald Glover to have like his perfect year. I believe he won an Emmy, he won a Golden Globe. Adding a Grammy on top of that would just be like, just push it forward. Yeah, man. Just push it forward. Keep it going.
But he's a better actor, director than he is an artist. In my opinion. Because his creativeness,
his fame wise, yes.
I wouldn't even put that in fame.
No. What I've seen. As far as like the fame goes, yeah, what he's done acting and writing for TV shows, like for 30 Rock, what he's done, and then what he did for Community as well. Like, yeah, like he's well known for like that. That really propelled his music so far. And like Atlanta, obviously you got to make mention of that show. But as far as his music goes, like he's always been somebody who's like pushed it beyond. Like he's always outside of the box. He isn't like your secular type of like music artist, you know, which is something that. It's one of those things where I remember when he was first rapping per se, like people were downplaying it, just being like, "Oh, who's this guy who wears like skinny jeans and like thigh like cut shorts and shit like that?" Like they were basically like looking at his fashion to be like, "Yeah, he can't fucking rap." But then the last couple projects he put out, everybody's been putting him on a fucking pedestal. But it's like, yeah, maybe if you've been paying attention from before, you would have noticed he's always been this good. You know? But it's just one of those things where like I said, I just hope like for his perfect year to continue, man. Like him to get at the very least one Grammy. And I feel like if there is a Grammy for him to get, it's this one.
All right, what's the next?
All right, so next you have like just straight up best R&B song. First Began, no clue what that is. Then you have Location by Khalid. You have Redbone by Childish Gambino. Supermodel by SZA. Then That's What I Like by Bruno Mars.
It's mostly all the same songs over and over and over.
Like this, basically, like, best R&B song, it kind of goes in the same topic of like Song of the Year, where it's like it's for the songwriters, you know?
Yeah.
The same kind of shit. Who knows?
That's really how much. One last topic. One last.
Yeah, let's find something in the rap sphere. We'll go for a best rap song, I guess.
Oh God.
All right. So, or do you want to do
No, let's hear what they have for best rap song.
Best rap song?
Let's hear this travesty.
We got Bodak Yellow.
Okay, Cardi B,
so
I
like,
could
had
see.
to be there.
Okay.
We got Chase Me by Danger Mouse featuring Run the Jewels and Big Boy.
Yeah, fuck that. No.
Whoa, no, yo, don't even hate it. That was a fucking banger, bro. What are you saying? Got Humble by Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Sassy by Rhapsody, which is a fucking great song too.
Not gonna win it.
The Story of OJ. Yeah, no, I don't think Rhapsody will win that. Even though like her album, like she's straight up like she's the type of rap you like. Where she just goes in, it's just pure bars and like punchlines and lyricism. Like you would love Rhapsody. Like she's fucking like she takes like that 90s approach to rapping, you know? I think you should like get into her shit. She's really good. Yeah, like the last one I said was Story of OJ by Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, best rap song.
Probably give me Cardi B.
I would love to see Cardi B win it.
I wouldn't mind, but I honestly don't care though.
I would love to see her win it. Like, and that's all biases in. That's just me, just being like selfish me. Like, yeah, I want Cardi B to win that simply because one, the song itself, like, even though I'm at a point now where like I'm over it, like I've heard it enough to be like, yeah, it's good. It's done what it needs to do. Like, move on, next track. But you can't deny what that song did, not just for her, but just in a general sense, man. Like, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song. You couldn't use any social media without hearing that song. Like, it was literally on all the stations, like stations that usually don't even play hip hop, were playing that fucking shit, man. Like it was everywhere.
All I'm saying, well, it's good. If she wins it, that'll be good. My only thing is, especially when it comes to rapping, is that if you're gonna rap, I want to, do it consistently. Have something out all the time, because that's what's going to give you credibility.
But that's the thing. Like a lot of people are acting like she hasn't done anything consistently. She had 2 mixtapes out, like, and the mixtapes got praise. Like it's not even to say like they came out and nobody gave a fuck about them. Like she put out the first mixtape, people were like, "Yo, well, okay." Like Cardi B put this out. Yeah, she's from Love and Hip Hop, blah blah blah. Then when the second one came out, they were like, "Oh shit!" So like, yeah, she could really spit some bars.
No, I'm not saying that, but I mean, you have to keep your eye in the public.
No, of course. But I'm saying like as far as like the trajectory goes, so it's like she puts out Bodak Yellow, and obviously like that's the breakout track for her. You know, that's the track that everybody pays attention to. So because of that, it's like a lot of people who didn't know what she was doing before are just like, oh, this is the first time they heard her. So this is the only thing they really attributed her towards. But ever since, she's had features on track. She's been making other singles. So it's not even to say like nothing's been going on. Like she's still working.
Yeah. So yeah, let's hope she wins.
So like yeah, for that, I would love to see her win that. Like that'd be fucking great. But chances are she won't, which would be pretty sad. But I mean, she's in the same category as Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar, who honestly I think in this section it would be either Humble or Story of OJ, even though I personally feel like Bodak Yellow should win it. And we'll do one last one for the sake of keeping it on rap a bit. Best rap album. Right, so you got 444 by Jay-Z, Damn by Kendrick, Culture by the Migos, Layla's Wisdom by Rhapsody, then Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator.
Culture.
I'm going with Flower Boy on this one, man.
I think a Culture. Even though I don't like the Migos that much, I think they might win it.
Like, I'm doing that mostly because, like I said before, and I know it's going to be crazy to say this, but Jay-Z's winning Best Album of the Year. So just take him out of the Best Rap Album, even though you'd be like, oh, if he wins Best Album, he should win Best Rap Album. No, it never works that way. I'd be shocked if he got both. I really would be shocked if he got both. The only thing I feel outside of Flower Boy that really had big impact is Damn, because it's Kendrick Lamar. Like Kendrick on his own, anything he puts out, it's automatically platinum. We know it because everybody's just gonna listen to it to the one time, period. So we know it's platinum. But the biggest thing about Tyler the Creator and Flower Boy was the way it came out. Yeah, there was anticipation. We knew he was working on something, but then when it finally came out and everybody heard it, it was one of those things where it's like across genres, people were just like, this is so different and mature from a guy like him, you know? And it really showed like a different side of like his type of music and what he can bring to the table. It still had an old Tyler Creator feel, but at the same time, it felt like it was different at the same time, you know? Which is very hard to do in any type of situation. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like Tyler should get that one. And I mean, I'd love for him to get that one. Anything else to add on that?
I don't know. Like if he Tyler Creator, I like some of his songs, not all of them, but the songs he does come out with that are more mainstream, what I've seen, are really good. So for him getting Album of the Year, it wouldn't surprise me if he does get it. Rap album of the Year. It wouldn't surprise me that he would get it.
Yeah.
Because he's,
that odd future following, man.
Huh?
That odd future following.
Yeah, he might well get it. But like I said, I would get Culture to do it. Culture could probably do it.
Yeah, man. I fuck with Migos too. I would love to see, like I said, like, obviously I'm pulling for Flower Boy on that one just because like it was one of those albums that really shocked me. And I was like, damn, like this is fucking good. But most likely I'd see Damn winning it. If Migos do take it, fuck, man. Add to your year. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like, let a mumble rapper get Rap Album of the Year.
Well, I wouldn't even consider Migos that much of a mumble rap because I could actually understand some of the stuff
they are literally the reason the term was coined.
No, it's Young Thug.
Both of them. Both, like, the whole, like, cadence is the Migos cadence. Because if you know Young Thug,
Migos can actually say words.
When Young Thug first came out, though, he wasn't what he became when he was with Rich Gang. Like he was a completely different sounding artist.
I listen,
but the mumble rap, like the cadence that, like the that everybody talks about, that's Migos. Whenever somebody says
No,
mumble rap and then they make fun of it.
No, mumble rap is actually you're mumbling when you're rapping. Migos don't mumble. They actually say words.
Young
Thug doesn't say words. He goes. When I heard lifestyle, I was like, okay, this is where I know rap has gone beyond me. When I can't understand rap music that I love, I know something is wrong. I know something is absolutely wrong.
Hey, I'm not defending that line because
no one can defend
everybody
that.
was like, do the lyric sites have this up yet? Because I don't know what he's saying.
I have no idea what the hell he's saying.
All I'm just saying is like earlier you even did like the
No, I was saying the cadence for Nicki Minaj. That's how she sings.
Yeah, but that cadence that you were reciting is what
No.
It came when Snoop Dogg did that in reference to Migos.
No. Nicki Minaj's cadence is like she sings very weird ABC kind of rapish kind of stuff. The way how she sings it. Like that song where she said shine like 16 times straight.
Oh my God.
That was the most ridiculous, stupidest thing ever. I was like, really?
Oh my God. I couldn't believe she did that. The Wraith in China. Race in China with the Wraith.
Oh my God.
Like, we know you're better than this. Don't.
No, she's not. No, she's not. Don't give her no credit. She's not better than that.
Just call back Safari, please.
Okay, so now we have our picks in.
Oh my God.
What do you? We'll pose this question to the audience. What do you guys think? Who do you guys want to win? Who do you think should win? Who wasn't nominated that you think should be nominated?
Give us your Grammy or don't be Maddie picks.
Yeah.
Give us your Maddie picks.
All right. So I think that was a good wrap-up episode today. We had some sports. We had mainly Grammy stuff on it because we wanted to get them.
Yeah, we figured this is a hot topic, baby. We gotta jump in on that shit. We gotta make our picks before the picks are hot.
Yep. So let's finish off on what made you mad this week.
Spilling my fucking cup before the show started.
That's it this week. Not that thing that just happened in 2 seconds ago. Anything made you mad? Not really?
Not really. I mean, we could have a conversation about, but it's going to be another 30 minutes. So, you know what? I'll save it for next episode.
All right.
It's something we talked about on Thursday. It's better to have a full topic about it than use it as what made me mad this week.
I can't remember what happened.
Basically, people lie when they say they want honesty.
Okay, I get it. Okay, now
so we'll save it for next week.
Okay, yeah, we did talk about that on the Barnes. So yeah, we could put that for a topic for next week. But yeah, we can leave that.
Don't ask for it if you don't want it.
Yeah.
Give you this hot fire on a fucking skillet, baby. Like Dylan.
What made me mad this week? Shady people make me mad this week.
Oh, who was shady to you?
Huh? No, not necessarily who.
What was shady to you?
A lot of things. Like people say they're doing, like, if for example you call someone or someone says, "Are you doing something?" or "What are you doing? Let's do this," and you call them back and they don't answer their phone, or they say, "Oh, I'm here and this, but I'm here. You're doing something else." Basically, I don't know. People who have like duplicitous, shady ways about them. That kind of stuff makes me mad in general. And this weekend, not today, but this week, I dealt with that a couple of times. If it was for school, especially the last project I had to do for school, and just in general, I'm like, don't be shady around me. This is me personally. I don't like that. If you want to do something or say something or you have something to do, just say it. Don't beat around the bush and having me have to guess what you're doing or if you have to do something, and it's just too much shade around stuff. I don't want that extra pressure on me when it's nothing to be pressured about, and just
no arguments.
Stop doing bullshit. Just stop doing pure bullshit and trust me, if you do shady stuff around me, I will catch it. I may not say anything. I'm going to play it off as normal as it is, like as if nothing's happened, but I know what's going on around me. And I'm like, okay, if you're being shady like that, okay, I'll let it slide, but you're going to see when you call my name for something or you ask me for something, I'll be like, what? Who? What? Like, I have no time for that.
So you're passive aggressive.
Huh?
You're passive aggressive.
No, I'm aggressive. I'll just
if you see something shady and you just let it slide, that means
I'll let it slide for now. I'm keeping it in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm remembering this shit. But yeah, shady people don't come around me. That's what happened.
I'm not passive like him. If you're shady around me, I'm gonna call you out right then and there.
Yeah.
Because I don't got time for that bullshit, man. I ain't got time.
Mm-hmm.
Reclaiming my
All
time.
right. Well, well, that what's made me mad. That's the only thing that made me mad.
Reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I'm not going into the discussion of that. Reclaiming my time though. But yeah. So that was a good episode this week. So
thank you all for listening.
Thanks.
Let's hit you all with the goodness. As always, you can find me on Twitter at LeftyLucky_.
And you could always reach me at JJNBA. That's on Twitter. Same thing on Instagram.
I'm Matt Scorpio on Instagram, spelled as it sounds. Matt Scorpio, no spaces, no underscore.
And if you want to send us a message or anything like that, feel free to go on the website, theconnect.ca. You could also reach us at don'tbemad@theconnect.ca. That's the email.
Yes, sir.
Don't Be Mad Pod for the Instagram and Twitter. So send us Twitter for the Instagram and Twitter. Send us messages, anything you want.
We love all the feedback that we get from you guys, and we always accept more because we always want to make this better for you. So keep letting us know how it's going and what you like and dislike.
Yeah, we're gonna have beginning like early next year, January, February. We're gonna have a lot more guests on. I'm probably gonna have a little bit more of we have like one episode per week, but we also do want to have something out where we can put something in the middle of the week as well.
We're basically trying to line up more content for you guys.
Yeah, more content. Like I said, the website is going to change a lot.
Now that Jason's done school, we're hoping that we can make it work out.
Yeah, I have more time to do a lot more stuff, especially when it comes to the website and building content and everything like that. So there's a lot more stuff for me to do. Well, work and stuff, but I have the extra time, not studying for hours on end. That time I could put into building the podcast and the website up to make everything as best as possible for everyone. So,
yes, sir.
You never know. We should start hiring people. Well, I'm not paying, but I'm not paying. But
how are you gonna hire people if you ain't gonna pay?
That's the thing. You're gonna have to do everything on IOUs and freelance. So but we're gonna see what the future of 2018. It's gonna get bigger and better than what it was. So trust me, people, it's gonna look really great. And again, I want to thank everyone for the support. Love it. It's been
best fans in the world.
Way better than we expected for. I want to have one special episode. I didn't tell Matt this, but I have an idea for it.
Don't be springing new board ideas on the episode, man. Like
there's nothing special.
Keep that for the background, then we surprise them later, man. Don't surprise me while you surprise them.
All I can say, what I mind, it's a throwback to something. That's all I can say.
All right,
that's all I can say to it. That's
then
it.
Say nothing. Say no more.
That's it. Throwback.
Surprising me while you surprise that, man. Get the fuck out of here.
It's a throwback.
Y'all don't deserve that.
It's a throwback.
Y'all deserve better.
So thanks everyone, and we will see you again next week, and hopefully it'll be fun.
For everybody, this is the Don't Be Mad podcast. We love you all. Have a safe, fun weekend that leads into a safe and productive week. Cheers.
Take care.